Is ready to get us going. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 20. Seven-yard line. Jackson on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's got it to Ingram. Complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he will find Hurst in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing Jones. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Now Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Giants' 23-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6, team 6. 48 month. Coming. Leo. Snap.
Back to throw. Jones. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feet.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kareem Martin. Able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit.
Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They go play action here on first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
17 yards and a Giant first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on second down. Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 68 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
In your face.
Play action. It's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
A pickup of 18 yards. It's now 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Jackson now. And an alley to run. 20. And 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. Well, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously, the pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide-open space.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
At the 34-yard line.
Ready.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I'm here all day. I'm here.
2nd and 3. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
10 over.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it. But he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer.
They go play action now. Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. And the pressure gets to him again. B.J. Hill picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Situation, let's go.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this one is right down Broadway. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now Jones to throw on third down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a potential turning point as they get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go now. 6 yards. 47. Watch the run.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Tucker's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. It's caught, Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Let's go.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Barkley. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And Jeffrey's got it. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 35.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit him quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. On second down, here's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be third down.
Come on, set. 15, line up. 15 line.
You got nothing.
Five.
47's the mark, boy. 47. Check. 47. I'm going to run.
Ready?
Jones now operating from the gun. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Back to the air on second down. Jones going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 12. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's got some space here. But he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first down, Ingram. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Here's Jackson. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Now Jackson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. There goes Mark Ingram past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram. 53 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, 64 yards. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson trying to lay one. He's got him in. Complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Jackson. It got his man. Complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Darren Lee there to get him down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line.
It's a gain of 28 yards. There's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. B.J. Hill getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So yet another field goal to end the drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards to pick up there. Looking to throw. Jones flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Jones to throw again. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now Jones throwing on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jake Ryan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Jones will get this out to Barkley, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
Jones on third down. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Switch. You draw quarter.
Jones now throwing on fourth down. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. From 4 yards out. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. Oh, were the Giants able to recover? Yes. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. Touchdown, Giants! Alshon Jeffrey, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for two. He's back to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after chip, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Jackson to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up, and this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants, touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jackson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Come get some. Come on, come get some. He don't want it.
Here's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
Throwing now is Jackson. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Giants, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.